about medical science questions. We are now at the point about talking about AIDS and super gonorrhea. Thank you very much. Rush! Savior of the universe.
I was going to see a doctor.
Go see your doctor. Get that shit checked.
Oh my god.
Savior of the happy sword.
This is the steepest learning curve anyone's ever
So
been on.
basically, going back
to
STDs.
Back to a pleasant time.
If someone has syphilis,
I
if it's not treated, it can actually lead to dementia.
Stage 4
Put holes in your
neurosyphilis.
brains.
Stage 4 syphilis.
In your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nursing homes are full of STDs because they're all sexually active and
Ryan's
they
taking
don't give a
important
fuck.
notes
They
here.
don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Well, they actually know. They're giving lots of fucks.
Ryan's going, mate.
There's so much fucks happening in old folks' homes.
And not all of them are by the nurses.
Wow.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Alright.
Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've offended Scientologists, North Korea.
Here's one of the interesting things. Throw up jug.
Oh. Really, Sam?
Fuck,
That's a very
dude.
small hole.
Is that?
Science
That's
doesn't
what she
matter.
said. Boom. Sorry.
It's
You
not the
might want to
size of the boat, it's
tape
the
a
motion of the
funnel to
ocean.
that because I don't think you understand the mechanics of throwing
Hang
up.
on. I do say, I've actually got another ball.
What's that?
The front of it doesn't go around your mouth. Your mouth is
You've
going to
got
go
to
around
go
the
for
front
it,
of
man.
it.
Alright, I'm gonna bring it in.
Go for
It's
it.
like the
What's
world's
up, man?
weirdest
While
blowjob.
you're gone, I will.
Much time.
We were talking about CRISPR at some stage, and we kind of got sidetracked talking about, hey, you know, like
I'll be
if
back.
I put the brakes on the world spinning, what happens? But did you know we were?
Please donate to make them stop talking about STDs.
Please,
Love the motivation.
I'm going to talk about human pig bacon.
Human pig bacon.
Yeah. So at the moment, all right, what we're doing. So CRISPR technology is a super exact way of being able to take certain segments of DNA out and replace it.
Okay, so yeah, I was going to go around in circles because there was a piece in the news this week about how
Like
they
a
were using
viral vector. Get it?
Yep.
So only science people will get that. I'm sorry.
The unscientific person is going to talk about a science news topic for the moment.
Fuck, I've been hacked. Stop the hacking.
Jesus Christ.
No, he won't save us here. Jesus Christ is not going to save us here.
No, they're not. Okay, so there was this story about how CRISPR this week was used to defeat a congenital heart defect in an embryo.
Yes.
It identified the piece of DNA that had been corrupted that would have caused a congenital heart defect, and they used CRISPR to reverse that. Now, the embryo didn't come to fruition or whatnot.
Yes,
but
because
it
we legally can only keep it going.
was
Boom!
like 10 days or something.
Oh, fuck.
Hashtag save the embryos. But no, it was like the first medical use of CRISPR because they've only discovered this, like 6 months ago, not even?
CRISPR's been around for a little bit, but we had no idea how the fuck it was working,
Yeah.
essentially. So CRISPR, we've already said before, clustered regularly into space short palindromic repeats of segments of DNA which E. coli keep check of to say that this is bad DNA, I shouldn't replicate this or use this when it comes to proteins. Fucking god damn it.
Gotta love that.
So what we've done is that we can identify particular chromosomes in your karyotype, in your genotype, sorry, and we can go, okay, cool, this segment here is faulty, and we know that this segment here is responsible, like you were saying, for a congenital heart defect. What we can then do, we can then
Designer babies.
Yes, essentially, we can then use the technology.
Designer babies. You can only improve upon this.
So
Can't make it worse.
we can take out the DNA that we know is faulty, pull it out, and replace it with DNA or a segment of DNA that we know is correct to essentially remove the defect from it entirely. That's easy to do to a particular degree when we're using DNA or when we're trying to change genes that only have like one segment.
Yeah.
If we have a segment of DNA that is responsible for like changing multiple things, then if we take it out, we might fuck up everything else.
Yeah, 'cause it's kind of like a
Yeah.
chain.
So it's the terrifying
That's what
thing.
norovirus does, isn't it?
So it's the terrifying
That's what
thing.
norovirus does, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially. The terrifying thing about CRISPR is that a lot of the things that we're attempting to alter alters the human gene line. So we're actually altering the potential evolution of mankind,
Yeah.
which is
Scary.
le fucked up.
Well,
My favorite thing reading the other day was when the Facebook, I think it was Facebook, turned on 2 robots and they started communicating in language which was unheard of.
look.
Oh,
Elon Musk,
it's all right. It wasn't too bad.
Elon Musk keeps talking about like the
That's
fear of the
I'm like,
AI.
oh shit.
Elon Musk keeps talking about how we should fear AI and regulate AI, and I totally believe him because don't forget, being put up that robot for what 12 hours,
Yeah.
they turned it into a neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
That is humanity's
That's-
contribution
yeah,
to AI
that-
at this stage.
Yeah, that chick's name.
Neo-Nazi AI
I
bots.
find it always interesting how people say, "Oh, when an alien's gonna come, yada yada," and
No, the AI is gonna
in-
kill us
in-
first.
In my opinion, and everyone else's opinion, whatever. I think there are some because when if you look how
Opinions
small
are like
we are-
assholes. Ben's got one.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thoroughly check his opinions
So do I.
regularly.
God damn. That's going on. That's going on, right?
Ben,
Wait,
how's your
asshole or
prostate?
opinion? Asshole? Opinion.
Asshole.
Opinion. Ah,
Oh,
we covered both ends.
I thought the finger. Oh, here we go. There's the shocker.
No,
The shocker. I
Um,
really regret
You
saying
can't
was
do
true.
that to
yeah.
Oh, look, you got your alt. I love how
do.
this is a deflection now.
But
No, exactly.
what was I talking about? Shit, I can't remember.
Rush! Oh!
What was I talking about?
So with CRISPR we can alter the germline, but what we have been recently doing, we created pig-human chimeras by getting the embryo. All right, you getting this? This I had an argument with my year 10 students about this a couple of months ago. We took the gene segment that is responsible for constructing the pancreas of the pig. We took it out and we replaced it with the DNA that is responsible for growing the pancreas of a human. The reason why we did that is in hopes of getting a pig with a human pancreas in it.
Pigs and humans are actually quite.
Yeah, they're anatomically and physiologically they're
It's like
similar.
95% or something
It's
like
something
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're 97% similar to bananas. Like the biology of
50% the same.
I want to become a banana.
We're 50% the same as a cabbage,
Yeah.
give or take. But
Why are we comparing the DNA of us to fruit or vegetables?
why not?
Alright, so
But we've got human.
I'm now terrified of the human
pig
cabbage
chimeras, right? Human pig chimeras, and what we're trying to do is do it so that we can kill a pig and take out its pancreas and put it into a human that needs it.
I
right?
love this-
Essentially curing diabetes.
I love this idea because not only can you get a pancreatic transplant. Not only can you get a
Xenoplant? No, what's it? It's Xeno. Xeno's animal.
Xeno's alien.
So what is the actual transplant called? I'm trying to remember that. Xeno. Not xenograph, no. Fucking.
Yeah, but you can get a new pancreas with a side of bacon.
Yeah.
You can wake
No,
up
the
from
thing
your
is,
pancreatic
here's-
surgery.
okay.
Here's bacon from the pig
One
that we just
of-
killed
But it's,
to
but
get
it's,
your new
but it's,
pancreas.
but it's also you're. The
Okay.
whole point of the pancreas in a pig is trying to stop diabetes, and then you're offering people bacon.
Okay, but here's the thing: if you put the pancreas of the pig and then you eat that pig's bacon,
Yeah.
is it auto cannibalism?
Yeah, this
Yes.
is one of the questions. This is one of the questions that we got into.
Ethics.
Technically, then, if you kill the pig and eat it, then you are eating something that has some human DNA in it. I then had the argument with people that they were saying that they felt shitty about killing a pig for one organ. And I said, okay, cool. How many organs would you want to take from a pig until you felt happy? Imagine if you could kill a pig, take out 4 of its organs, so one pig could save 4 people's lives.
What's
Would
the
it be
human
more-
cost here?
Would it be
And
like-
can we negate all of this by just also using the pig for bacon afterwards?
Well, the thing is, the more organs you can extract from a pig, the more human the pig becomes.
Yeah.
And then you get like an
I
ethical.
think it gets a little bit fucked up when we start harvesting the eyes of the pig to put into a person the
But I've
human
always
eyes.
wanted beautiful blue eyes.
But they're pig eyes.
Yes, it doesn't matter, man. They're beautiful and blue.
Does that mean when you start seeing mud, you just want to roll in it?
Oh,
it's like
fuck,
ever
that's
since
nuts.
I've had this pig eye transplant, that puddle of mud just looks mighty fun rolling.
Don't worry.
Every tough mudder, here we go.
Wasn't there a Wasn't there a movie that was based off that? Where someone got an eye transplant?
Full Metal Transplant? Full
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Transplant.
Boo! Boo!
Rod.
No, there was one, and she got
The original human dog transplant.
She got the eye of the murderer or something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, that's it.
And she used to look
What was
in
it
the.
called?
I can't remember. She used to look in the mirror and have these like psychological breakdown scene type things.
We're talking about
We're talking about pigmen. Like, I think that's when Notch came up with the idea
Question
of like
though:
Minecraft.
would you eat human pig bacon?
Yes. No hesitation. I would eat human
Fuck.
pig baby.
You need human.
No, okay, we had this discussion the other night, didn't we? We had this discussion about whether we would eat a human.
I'd eat a human. If it was,
If I did not know the person and I was presented with a plate of human meat, I would try it.
don't get me wrong, prions scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Prions,
Also,
prions are folded.
Also, Jacob Creutzfeldt's disease.
Nah, don't worry about #yellow. Prions are essentially denatured proteins that increase in number within the brain over time.
Which-
We don't know if it's like a wave thing or if it's like a random clustered thing around the brain. We don't know what it is, but we do know that it can result in lots of like cognitive issues, dementia, increase your brain.
Oh, no one's going to notice
susceptibility.
it, me.
But the
I'm
thing
fine.
is that that's what mad cow disease was.
Yeah.
Mad cow disease was humans feeding cows to other cows.
And they basically, it's called spongy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Spongy
about.
brain disease?
It's encephalitis.
Spongy brain.
Is the word for it. It's spongiforming.
Oh, I know the
Oh,
word.
fuck!
Encephalopathy or something?
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy. Yeah.
I like how
And
they pronounce
basically-
these big medical words and I have no...
Basically, what happens is the brain starts to become like Swiss cheese. Holes start to appear in it.
Oh yeah, it starts
And
ruining itself.
It starts running stuff, and there's actually cases at the moment in.
Isn't it the
big
same
people
thing that
in
people...
Papua New Guinea.
Isn't it the same thing that people do when they like inhale shit tons of butane for shits and giggles?
Yes.
They
No,
put holes in
necessarily.
their brain.
One of the scare tactics they've always used to make, it's like, oh, the second you can smell deodorant, it's already doing damage to your brain.
Yeah, who holds deodorant can like?
Have you
with,
never? No, not me.
No, never. Like, you remember as a teenager the amount of like links you'd spray on yourself in
Yeah.
like, the bedroom trying to hide it from your mum?
Oh,
still
man.
spray a shit ton of links on my
Man, some of the students don't know the difference between a deodorant and an antiperspirant.
Has anyone seen?
Introduce them to the
Has
concept of
anyone
cologne.
seen?
Spray this once.
So,
And burn
all
your eyes
right,
out.
talk about sciencey shit. Kids, if you're watching, do not put a deodorant can on a fire.
Pussy.
For the love of God.
Yeah, unless you're a
And
fucking
definitely don't
man.
put a bottle
Unless you
on a
want
fire.
shrapnel and burn wounds, would it recommend?
And definitely don't put a bottle on a fire. Or an explosive on a fire.
So,
Or a baby on a
talking
fire.
about dumb shit.
Baby pig?
Baby
cow.
on
Love
board.
eel. I love eel.
I adore. Sorry,
talk
Simpsons, great time.
Talking about dumb shit, I've got a little book here.
Oh,
Another
fuck!
one.
The two YouTube kids. That they tried. One of them, the wife who was pregnant with a
Yes,
child,
this one. Here we
shot
go.
the dude in her chest with a 50 caliber bullet,
Yep.
and it's like, oh, we're gonna stop this 50 caliber bullet with an Encyclopedia
Do we-
Britannica at point blank to his chest.
Do we need to test this first? No, we'll just fucking... We'll
Shot
do it
him.
live.
So
in front of a crowd of people, and he died.
a 50 cal bullet can cut
Of
a
course the
human in half
Genji
from
is playing
100
the game.
meters.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about as an encyclopedia, yes, it may slow down a fraction, but the bullet's still going to pass through.
If you had
whatever.
Encyclopedia Britannica, if you had a complete fucking collection of it from like the 1980s.
No,
then
okay,
maybe.
so you're talking 50 cal here. It's important to clarify that we're talking about 50 cal Desert Eagle, like a
Yeah,
handgun,
Desert Eagle.
not like a big anti-material sniper rifle. We're talking about a handgun here.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe
It's a
a
girthy
volume of
bullet.
Britannicas could stop the bullet. Not one. Held to
Not
your
one.
chest.
No.
You hold one to your chest, your chest
maybe-
is gonna collapse.
actually,
in.
I-
Or maybe Chuck Norris. Just
Talking about routine stuff.
yeah.
I actually worked out a while ago when
That routine is associated with
No,
the
no, no.
Illuminati.
When Ben was last getting his legs waxed,
no.
he was having these terrible PTSD flashbacks. What was the flashback you're having, Ben?
Routine for masochists.
The year before.
See, he's masochistic. I'm
No, I'm
sadistic.
not masochistic, and you bastards are gonna be.
And I'm optimistic that we're gonna whack someone's back. Optimism, the more you know.
Hey, I have no hair on my back. You cannot wax that.
I have a bald
So
bum.
basically, we were talking
Fact.
about. I was talking to a friend about Ruby, Volume 3, I think it was when.
Is it puberty?
when someone gets
Ruby Volume
I won't-
3,
I won't
Return of
spoil
the
it,
Jedi.
but someone gets shot in the chest with
God.
an arrow at point blank range. And a
Statue.
compound bow, when you're firing it, has 62.5 meters a second of force. So
That is very
realistically, if that gets
That's
shot,
what he said, right?
it's been timed. They've actually timed a